I would love for someone to explain to me how Mario and Rabbids Battle Kingdom came about. Like, did someone at Ubisoft seriously come out and say, hey guys, how about we make an XCOM with the Raving Rabbids, and let's team up with Nintendo and get Mario in there too. Comparing this to XCOM may be a little unfair though, as Battle Kingdom promotes a much more hit and run type of combat instead of just hiding behind cover. The variety of levels helps it from becoming stagnant too, with escort, race and survival missions on top of the puzzle solving that's done in between combat scenarios. Although easy mode is a breeze, when playing the regular difficulty it's fairly challenging but never unfair. That is until you get to the final world, where there is a significant difficulty spike that comes out of nowhere. Something else that sets it apart from XCOM is the humour, which is simplistic slapstick, but I will admit it genuinely made me laugh out loud sometimes. Special mention goes to Rabbid Peach, who mercilessly kills Rabbid Donkey Kong whilst taking a selfie. And while all the Rabbid characters are really funny, it brings to light just how boring Mario is, which is a real shame as he has to be in your party at all times. Words cannot do this game justice, you just have to go and experience it for yourself. This game has no right to exist, let alone be as good as it is. Realistically, I could just copy and paste last year's script for Uncharted 4 and put it here, but I feel like that doesn't do Uncharted The Last Legacy justice. Yes, there are similarities between the two. Fantastic and fun gameplay, stunning graphics which make the environments come to life, and amazing set pieces. The final level on the train is now one of my favourite gaming levels of all time. I think it's the story though that sets this game apart from Uncharted 4, as it blew my expectations out of the water. I originally went into this game thinking I was really going to miss Nathan Drake, but due to the phenomenal performances by the voice actresses, I didn't. And with the lack of a male lead, I was expecting the game to turn into a men versus women kind of propaganda piece, but again it didn't, which really impressed me because it would have been very easy to do that. Then there's the villain, who isn't the least bit interesting, but somehow just oozes this menace that makes it so satisfying when you finally defeat him. Is it better than Uncharted 4? No, in my opinion. The stealth doesn't quite blend in as smoothly as it did in the previous game, and it feels impossible to ghost an area like you could beforehand. And anytime you face an enemy vehicle on foot, it quickly becomes an annoying game of cat and mouse, in which you die if you're out of cover for more than a few seconds, leading you to do the same segment over and over and over again. Although a bit more frustrating than the main game, if this is the direction for a Nathan Drakeless Uncharted franchise going forward, we do not have much to worry about. There was two big surprises when it came to South Park: The Fractured But Whole. One, the fact it was actually released, and two, oh my god, it isn't shit, even after numerous delays. Matt Stone and Trey Parker really seem to enjoy the freedom that comes with writing for a video game, and that translates onto the screen because my sides genuinely hurt from laughing so much. Not only is the humour there, but if someone walked in, they would just assume you're watching an episode of South Park, because that is how close they have gotten to replicating the source material. The game even ends in that sudden fashion that some of the episodes do, which is disappointing for a game, but the finale leading up to it is equal parts piss my pants funny and oops, my brains fell out confusing, in a good way. With a new developer in Ubisoft, they have even addressed the issue with the combat by introducing a brand new system with the battle grid, which they go above and beyond with by using it in effective and different ways, especially during the boss fights in the strip club and the police station. Unfortunately, with the new developer, the game seems a bit more unpolished, with a couple of cosmetic bugs popping up here and there. What stopped The Fractured But Whole from getting higher on my list was that the entire premise is just copy and pasted from the Stick of Truth, which seems really cheap, especially coming from two talented writers like Matt and Trey. Admittedly, to freshen the plot up, they've given the kids of South Park more prominent roles, which made me worry that the cast may become too bloated, but every kid has their chance to shine, whether it's Token in the police station or Craig in the genetics lab, and anything involving Timmy is comedy gold.
Eric, You must listen to me.
Get out of my head, Timmy.
Your franchise is going nowhere. Face the truth, Eric. You guys are kind of douchebags.
He just called us douchebags, in my mind.
South Park The Fractured But Whole is a better game than its prequel in nearly every way possible. But if there's another game, let's maybe not announce it until it's completed. Okay, guys? I wanted to put Danganronpa 1 on a previous Game of the Year list. Nick wouldn't let me. I wanted to put Danganronpa 2 on a previous Game of the Year list. Again, Nick would not let me. Finally, I have a Danganronpa game that he can't say no to with Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. I will say right off the bat, this game is not for everyone. Even diehard fans of the Danganronpa series may struggle to enjoy it. I know this because the big twist revealed during the final class trial definitely left a sour taste in my mouth. On top of that, some of the murders this time round are way too elaborate, verging on silly. Special mention goes to the second case during the magic show. Although some of the cases hit new lows, others hit brand new heights, as the first murder blew me away and left me an emotional wreck after just one class trial. As this is the third main game of the franchise, you would think that the developers would be running out of ideas, which is partially true, as a lot of the same plot points are covered again. There's a traitor, there's memory manipulation, there's a locked room mystery, etc, etc. Speaking of the story, the writers do a phenomenal job of making you emote with the new cast of characters, whether you love them or hate them. For the first time in this series, I audibly cheered out loud when a character was killed off. And they also introduced different scenarios not explored in previous games, such as dividing the group into two warring factions. And all this is presented in an even more stylish manner than the previous games, which is impressive by itself. Danganronpa V3 is a game better experienced than just being told about it, and if this turns out to be the final one, the series has gone out with a massive, emphatic bang. I really don't know where to begin with Persona 5. This is the 5th game and still, Atlas is reinventing it enough to feel completely different from anything else out there. Yes, it may have standard turn-based combat, but all the Persona style elements, baton passes, gunplay, negotiations, etc. prevent it from feeling stale. And when it comes to the story, it pretty much touches upon every genre going to stop it from feeling stagnant during its 90 plus hours of gameplay. Comedy, in there. Drama, you got it. Romance, fuck it, why not? And then on top of the overarching story, there are lots of tiny mini narratives you encounter with your social links, such as helping Futaba come out of her shell after the death of her mother, or discovering your teacher works on the side as a column aide to help pay medical bills for a former student. And you won't just come back to these narratives because they're interesting, which they are, but because the further you progress in them, the better rewards you get to use during combat. Everything in the game is so tightly woven and interconnected that nothing you do in this game will be a waste of time. Okay, there is some backtracking within later dungeons that feels like unnecessary padding in a game that, once again, runs 90 plus hours. This is a game that makes the life of a teenager, homework, socializing, dealing with grown-ups, it makes it fun. Not only that, but experiencing these ordinary moments makes everything encountered in the metaverse seem even more spectacular. I understand that people may be put off by this game because of its anime art style, and there is a stigma that sometimes comes with that in our culture, but put your prejudice aside, pick up a controller and give it a go, because then you'll see why Persona 5 is my game of the year.